Hey, good morning, everyone, and greetings from Serpent Consulting Services Private Limited. My name is Ninad Bhatt. I take care of business development for ERP solutions over here. We have been into this market since more than 8 years, serving our clients from more than 170 plus countries, and we are one of the leading gold partners to Odoo. So as you can see on the screen that we are having some Odoo applications, but today what exactly we are going to discuss is one of our custom-made solutions, especially to address the requirement of the spa and salon owners, right? So, without wasting a second, let's go inside the solution. And as you can see on the screen, that we have the main module that exactly we are going to work with, that is the spa and salon, along with some other applications, some supporting applications, we can say, which supports the overall operations of the spa and the salon kind of requirement. All right, so let's directly jump on to the solution. We're going to take the high level overview of the functionalities and features it offers. So let us start with the screen, the first landing screen, we can say. Prior I start discussing the functionalities, as you can notice that it's very user friendly screen. It's not much cluttered. We don't have much things on the screen because we have worked so hard to take care of the usability things as well, right? So I'll first explain how the navigation works over here. So as you can see that we are here we are on to the main page. We are directly jump onto the solution over here just by clicking on the application, right? So on the top left corner we have the option to go back to the main menu, the name of the applications, some of the major menu items as you can see on the top row, right? Going further, we have some more features and some more menus over here to take care of our profile, to take care of our login, logout things, and also to change the companies if you are working into the multi-company environment, right? Okay. So initially, it starts with the point of sale thing. The reason is that one of the major operations that we wanted to cover within our span saloon solution was to take care of the orders that the customer puts and processing the orders right from entering the details of the customer and the services they want to the billing thing. So that is one of the major thing that we have in a solution, and that is mostly based on the POS sessions and all. Right. So let's go menu by menu, and we are also going to have the practical look at how exactly it works and it looks. If we start with the dashboard thing, then we simply can say that we are just onto the first page, which is the dashboard. If you are having multiple POS sessions over here, it will be listed down. It will be listed over here. Currently, we are in a Kanban view. This is something that you will see in most of the Odoo's application that we offer the Kanban view as well, right? And if you are much more comfortable to work in the list view thing, then we simply can click on here and the POS sessions or any of the thing which is going to be listed out, right? It will go down and it will be listed out over here, right? So personally, I believe that I think the Kanban view will work better for me. So I click on that menu and I jump back to the Kanban view. So we simply can start the POS session over here. But I think prior to that, it's very important to understand that how the POS session and from where the data comes, right? So that is the exact word I think I should use. So let's go with the other menus. First of all, let's say orders. The menu items and the name and the labels that we see over here, it's quite more identical in a way that one can easily identify that what operations it is performing. If we are going into the orders, which is obviously means that this is something where we are managing our orders. Yeah. So if you go by the menu item, let's say we are having orders, we are having sessions, which means the POS sessions. We are having services. I mean, which kind of services you as a spa salon owner offering to your clients? We can manage it from here. We can set up payments as well, and we can take and store the data of the customers as well, so that it's very easy to just select the customer from the list, right? Let's go and start with the orders first of all. So as you can see on the screen, these are the orders which had been posted earlier. and our team and your team worked on that particular order. The service has already been delivered, and these are the orders. And we can see that the order reference, the session, which means the POS session, the date that the order was taken, right? Receipt number, who was the customer, who was the cashier, and the total billing, as you can see over here. Yeah, so this is how the order things works. I mean, if you want to have a look at all of your orders in a way, and all of your earnings that you made from those orders, so this particular screen will help you out in that. We also can view the same thing in a pivotal table view, again the Kanban view or the list view as you want, right? All right, so going next, we can see that the sessions. So again, this is nothing but the POS sessions, which was logged in and logged out by various of your counter person, who's handling the POS, who is taking care of the billing and services. So these are the older POS sessions, as you can see on the list, right? And the major menu items, we see that this session ID, responsible person, opening date, closing date, and the status, which means the current status of that POS thing. Yeah, same goes with the services. So again, as you can see that it's in the list view. These are the major services which any of this spa or saloon kind of thing would be offering to their clients. Yeah. So it's not just about to list out the services, but if you want to create the extra one, you can simply do that by giving it a name, by entering some of the details pertaining to that services. We can add an internal notes over here, and in the chatter view we can say that who had created that services and some other things that can be viewed over here. One of the important thing that I think I should not miss to explain you here is that whatsoever thing or whatsoever field that you see which has been underlined with the bold format, these are the mandatory fields, right? Let's say the product tab is a mandatory field. If I enter the service name, if I enter every detail over here, but if I'm forgetting to enter the service name itself, so it will shows the error message, because this is one of the mandatory fields over here. Rest, if the line is in gray, it's your choice whether you want to enter it or not. I would suggest you to enter every detail over every of the forms, because it's certainly going to help you out in other of your operations as well. So by creating the services, it will be made available to point of sale. The reason is that if I enter the full detail over here, if I click on some of the tabs, as you can see, we are having some of the tabs, let's say sales or point of sale and all. Sorry. Just by clicking on the available in POS and by selecting the category that which services it is kind of, then that will be made available to the POS stations. Otherwise, you will be creating the services, but it will not be directly visible to the person who is working on the POS thing, right? So going further, we have some extra tabs to talk about purchases, beauticians, descriptions, and all. So again, you can enter your details in a way which best suits to you, and accordingly, you can take the best out of your POS sessions. You can get best out of your solution. All right. So in short, this is nothing but the list of services that one has entered to be made available to the POS stations. Let's go and check any of the pre-created services over here. Let's say there is a services. I mean, once you create the service by this form, it will look like this, right? As you can see over here, that it is available to POS. If I uncheck this particular block over here, it will not be available, and accordingly, it will change the behavior of your POS session. So as we discussed earlier, I'm just saving it as of now and going back to the services and some other modules further. So that's all about how we create the service, how we are making it available in the POS. To go further, we can also set up the payments. In most of the cases, in case of the advanced booking, it may be possible that or let's say both in case of the cash and bank, it may be possible that some of your customer would be paying in cash, wherein some of your other customer would be paying via credit card or some UPI transaction. So we have both the version of payment available over here, and that we can manage under orders and payments. Customers, again the same thing. What you are entering here will be available onto the POS. We're just removing this filter from here, and we can see all the customers which have been created so far by the person who is managing and working on the POS. One more feature of any such Odoo application is that we are having a very strong filtration over here. Let's say if I want to have a look at the companies, maybe we can have some tie-ups, or maybe some other companies may have some tabs with us, all right, for their employees, services and all. So it can be company as well, or it can be an individual as well. If I'm just checking on the individual, these all are our customer, right? Who kept on visiting us for any of their beauty services if they want. Yeah. Again, we are having an option to create the new customer, or else I would suggest you to directly start working on the POS. Any new customer comes in, and if you feel that okay, this customer's details is not there within the system, so during the POS session as well, you will be able to create the new customer, and again that customer will be listed here automatically. So we have both the options available. Either if you know your customer, if you want to create it, then it will be made available to the POS data. Or if you are creating the customer on the go, then that customer detail will be available here on this page as well. Yeah. So we are having again this filtration and group by option. If you are having many such customers, and if you want to uh, search within them, so the filtration and group by option can help you out with these features. Right. So this is all about how we are managing orders, how we are managing POS stations, how we are managing services, payments, and our customers. Right. So going further, we can directly jump on to the products field. Right, which means that we are having two options over here. One is the product variants, right, and another one would be the price list. So the product variants is nothing but let's say if there is a category called a main haircut. So in such cases, it may happen that there are various options and there are various other variants available, for a main haircut thing, right? So the main haircut would be one product, which means one service. But if you are having multiple variants to it, we simply can make it configured over here. Just by creating the new one, it will just be looking like creating a new product over here. But yes, we specifically can mention that what products it is and which kind of variant it is serving with. Yeah. Same goes with the price list. If you want to offer some kind of discount to some certain group of customers, then that is one of the practical examples of price lists, which will further help you out in setting up the promotions and setting up the various offers for some a group of customers. So that can be managed over here. Then going further, we have spa and saloon management, right, wherein we are having the options to take care of our bookings, to take care of our waiting queues, and also to take care of our beauticians, which means the exact people who are working, in your salon. And again, in these three options as well, we always have an option to create the one, right? So let's try and create the one as of now. Let's suppose we already had entered one such customer, and if you want to offer some kind of, I mean, if they are booking it in advance, or let's say if they are in the waiting queue, but we just want to have the advance booking for them, right? So that we can further manage the chase and place and everything. Let's go by the one. As we see that this is one of the mandatory fields, if it is not listing down the exact person or the exact customer you are searching for, it's better to go with the search mode, wherein it will be listing some more people, and we simply can select customer from here. We simply can select the booking date and time. Let's say if my booking is going to be on 22nd of January 2021, sorry. And let's say my booking hour would be, let's make it 10, I think, 22nd, 10 hours, 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Right, the customer would be this name. Yeah, once we confirm the booking, so it throws us an error that you cannot confirm booking without service line. Right, I just wanted to show you that how active our solution is. If you are missing out on anything, it will directly give you the reminder that okay, you are missing something and you have missed to enter some of the important details. So let's say if I were the customer, let's say if the customer goes with hair and beard styling, that is the service category. By selecting the service category, this particular field will only be showing you the exact match with that category. I mean, pertaining to that category, it will be showing you the further list of the service that you want, that one wants. So let's say beard trim, right? I would select from the beautician, let's say Kate, quantity one, unit price, and everything will comes automatically because that is something which is pre-configured over the services or the product. Let's save it and let's confirm it. In the meantime, if you feel that okay, we will need to change in any such cases wherein if the customer is getting late or something like that, we always have an option to make some more changes in their bookings. Let's make it 10 and 15 from here, and let us just save and confirm it. On the top right corner of the screen, as you see, there are some various disabled yet important fields and important stages to look at. Stages are nothing but, let's say in Odoo, if you are performing some actions on any of the documents, and if it is something which involves the process from being new to the confirmed entry to check in and check out. So we always have an option to have a look at the current stage of it, and accordingly we can perform the other tasks. Right. So as you can see that um according to the booking that we have just taken from the customer, it shows over here. It might be something wherein your customer will be booking things in advance, let's say 5 days prior or 10 days prior. Every of your current booking will be shown over here on the screen. And again, it is on the Kanban view. If you want to have a look at the same thing into the list view thing, then we can view it over here. Why it is showing confirmed? Because currently the only booking we have, it's in a confirmed stage, right? The same way, if we have a look at the queue, waiting queue of the spa, right? So this particular customer will be there. We can see the current bookings over here. I mean, who are the people who are currently waiting in the waiting in the waiting arena, and so we can have a look at this from this particular screen, right? So this is these two are again a very key and very important features and very important functionality to manage your spa bookings and the waiting queue. When it comes to beauticians, going further, so as we have noticed that when we have created the customer for the booking, and when we were adding the line, let's say there was an option to select a beautician from here. Right now, from where this data come, from where this data is coming from. If you want to have a look at that thing, we simply can go into the Spa and Salon Management menu over here, and we simply can go and select the beauticians. So of course, if you are having your spa and salon, right, kind of thing, and if you are having some couple of people managing your services, offering the with the services to your clients, I mean, serving your clients in an exact way. So these people are nothing but your employees. And we can see on the left panel that we are having an option to select the company if you are working in the multi-company environment, but that is generally not the case with the salon, right? And the department, right? If you are having 50 people working in your spa, then I think some of them would be working in the administration, some of them would be the management people. Professional services, we always can change the level, however, but again, we can say that this is the exact place where exactly the beauticians are being listed down. These are the people who are serving your customers. So we can manage the complete list of your employees, but majority of them would be the beauticians, so that we have just labeled it the beautician over here. And accordingly we simply can have a look at the list of your beauticians. We are having an option to create the new one as well. Creating the new beautician, if let's say if the new person joins your salon as a beautician, you simply can create it from here, and further you will have the freedom to select that particular person as a beautician to serve to any of your customer based on his or her specialities and so on, right? Okay. So that's all about how the span saloon management thing works. Right. Adding some more functionalities to it, we also have offered us our customer with the functionality to have their own membership schemes, to have their own customers. Again, it's going to be the same thing, by the way. Right. Reporting is again nothing but the actual number which can help the management to have a look at, maybe weekly basis, monthly basis, or the yearly basis. Right. So this is how the reporting works. Membership types. Let's say some of the saloons and the spa would be having the membership fees. One-time membership fee, let's say for a 6 month or for a year, and in during which they would be offering them the extra services, or maybe they can be offering them the discounts or something like that. Yeah. So from this members menu, we simply can create and have the membership type. By creating the new membership tab, let's say gold membership. If I want to choose from the product category that it should be applying to, or if I would just want to keep it all, company, I'll be selecting the company, membership fees, let's say 2000. Now we are about to select the membership scheme over here. But as you can see that there is no any membership scheme associated with this particular membership types and so, right. So let's just do one thing. Let's just discard it for a time being and directly go to the members and select the membership scheme, which means that we will first be selecting the membership scheme, and accordingly it will be made available to the page where exactly we are creating the membership type and other things. So it can be something, let's say the 10% discount or the 30% discount on some specific membership thing. Yeah, we can select it that okay, how long it works, let's say for some days, let's say for months or year or a lifetime. If you want to make it for a 1 year, then just select a year and make it one over here. Or else we always have an option to select it manually from the subscription start date and subscription end date. So by offering such kind of memberships and by offering some such kind of freedom to your customers, you will have an option to attract your customer more with your offers and discounts, of course. So that is to be managed from the members over here. Yeah. हाँ जी बोलिए क्या है? Okay. Again, the reporting thing is there. We can see that the orders are there. If you want to have your monthly or yearly reporting from the sales, from the beautician commission report and everything, the daily commission reports and everything. So, in short, this will exactly be giving you the numbers, right? So, there is nothing practical to do with the reporting thing. But if you are extensively working with the system, uh, with the minimal accuracy, then of course it will automatically be having some numbers to let you know at the end, maybe at the end of the month or the end of the year or so. So you can simply have a look at various reports which will help the management guys to take the further decisions accordingly. And that's how the reporting menu works. Okay. Then going further with the floor planning. Floor planning again is nothing but how the POS session works, which kind of floor that you have, the servicing floor that you have, which means, I mean, let's say if you're having uh, 20 chairs in one particular segment of your saloon, and if you are having 10 other chairs in some other segment of your saloon. So that is something which is being called the floor plans and the chair management as well, right? So prior we jump on to the floor plans and chair management, let's just have a look at one of our POS session, because by then I will better be able to explain you that how the floor plans and how the chair management works. It may take some more seconds to load. All right. So this is how the POS looks like from inside. Let's say if I click on, I get a customer, right? And if I just want to serve him, let's say in chair one itself, we're having categories here. This is again one kind of setting or one kind of configuration uh, from its backend. If you want to show the category pictures over here on the top or not, or if you just want to have a long list of your services and products directly in this list, so that we will have a look at when we will be configuring the solution. Let's say for now I'm selecting the hair and beard styling. So all of those services and products which is falling under that particular category will be shown over here. And let's say the beard trim, I will be selecting the beautician for that. Let's say Kate Baird is going to do that for any of my customer. Let me also select the customer who is the customer, in fact, who wants to go for the beard styling, right? If not from here, then as I mentioned earlier, that we always have an option to create a new customer on the go while working on the live POS session. So it's nothing but entering the name and other details and just saving it so that the customer would be listed over here, and then further you can select the customer to offer that services to them. Let's select any of one which is already there on the list. Set customer. We also can add some more services to the same customer POS session as well, because it might be possible that one customer also wants to have a beard cut. At the same time, he also wants to have the haircut as well, right? But after entering all the details and after getting done with all the services, we simply can click on confirm from here, which means that order has been confirmed. The customer is about to pay. Let's go for the payment. All right. So as you can see that the pricing will directly be popping up over here based on how we have configured the same thing in our backend, right? Customer has an option to pay in cash and bank. This is nothing but again the configuration what we have done in the payment settings. So we are giving two options to the customer. If they want to pay in cash, we will be selecting the cash and we'll be entering the exact value the customer is going to pay. Let's say it's 157.50 US dollars. If it is in cash, and if we are making it 160 over here, then it will show us that what amount of change that your POS person is going to return them, or else if he directly pays by the card or the UPI transaction, we simply can select a bank over here and simply can get it validated, which will be generating the printed report. Sorry, the printed receipt. I'm sorry, and we can directly, if you want to get it printed, you can, or else the machine which is connected to your POS station, it will directly be printing out the receipt, and then further you can go with the next order. Same goes with all the flows. So in short, this is how the POS works, and this is how the floor plan works over here. As of now, we are having two different segments in our POS. One would be for the man, and second would be for the women, right? So now let's say if we are closing this particular session, again it will not be fully closed because if you want to resume the session, you simply can click on here. But if you really want to close it, maybe end of day or so, or let's say if the one shift of the person, one person who's working in the morning shift goes out and the other person coming in, so they simply can close the session also by clicking on the validate closing and post entries, which will actually be closing the session, and it will have some further changes into the reporting thing, so that we can keep track of the salesperson, we can keep track of the services he sold, or we can keep track of the customers who came in and took our services. Yeah, so we can get back to the POS session. Now let's say if we are going to floor plans, as we had seen that we had two different segments, for one for the man and woman. Let's say in any such cases, if you are having a separate segment for kids, we simply can create it from here, right? And we simply can create the chair. So how many chair it's going to have, how many seats each chair is going to have, but generally in case of salons and such services, it's only going to be one chair and one seat. If you want to make it a round or a square or so, it will be defining the shape of the chair, and if you want to get it activated or not. It might be a case where some of the chairs are going abandoned for some of the reasons, let's say for a time being, right? So you don't need to delete the whole chair, but you simply need to go into this particular chair and click it inactive, make it inactive. But by clicking on this particular check mark, it means that the chair is ready to serve the customer, and the chair is active within the system as well. Save and close. Again, save over here. Getting back to the dashboard. Again, going inside our POS session. And now we can see that we have added another segment, which is being called a floor over here. That is kids, right? But the screen is blank. We are not having any such chair we had created. For that, we simply need to click on here and add a new chair. Or else we simply can get it copied from here. Let's say if we copy a chair, we are having further options to edit something, edit the color or edit the design or shapes and everything. Let's say if I want to make it round, it will be round. If I want to make it uh, with a corner, then it will be in that way. Yeah. So the same way we can add some more chairs over your newly added segment for kids, and accordingly you also can manage that particular segment with some other services as well, or with the specific services, I would say. Yeah. Closing it for now, also getting it closed for from this buttons as well. All right, so that is the majority of the thing that we have covered, guys, and that is how the floor plan works, and that is how the chair management works in our span salon solution. Rest will be more or less on the configuration part, which means that whichever data that you are viewing on the screen, where it is coming from, how it is being configured. So that's all about the configuration thing, and that is being managed, of course, within the tab within this particular major menu, this configuration. But every of the Odoo's application would be having the first option called setting, wherein some general settings will be provided. Let's say if you want to configure the tax structure, if you want to have something, called price list or the multi currencies or anything which is related to your requirement or your services, can simply be managed from here, and you can perform some of the major general settings, I would say, to your applications. Yeah. Then also we are having spa and saloon sessions. See, this differs application to application. Since currently we are working majorly on the POS and other things, so the configuration menu also shows us the relevant options, wherein we can set up our POS session, wherein we can set up the commission tabs for the staff, let's say for the service people. We can set up the payment method over here, right? And also we can set up the POS categories as well, right? So as we have seen over here that we are having an only session which is running, or let's say which is available to us. If you want to add more, we simply can go to configuration. We simply can go to span saloon session. Let's call it new one for now. Of course, there is a lot more thing to configure over here, but as of now, we're just going to have a look at how it's being created. So just by going into the configuration and the span saloon session, as you can see that the whole new session has been created and has been listed along with the existing one, right? So as you can see that we are having two POS sessions. So there are various other aspects to it. We have some clients who want two different session, let's say for two different segment of their premises, or else they have one single session, but they would be having different floor plans associated with that particular floor, right? So this is how the POS session is being created within the system from scratch, and we are also having an option to make some more changes and make it, more accurate by clicking on to any of our say on any of the session and going into the setting, right? So we are having some more options over here. By checking and unchecking the checkboxes, it will define the overall performance of your POS session and how it works. So that is pretty much about it, guys. And I believe and I hope that you have enjoyed this session. I hope you have, gained the understanding, the basic high level understanding of how the Spa Saloon solution that we have works, and which are the various, configurations and settings, the menu items, the major menu items that we have to have the complete and fully workable POS sessions at your spa and saloon enterprises, right?